everybody, it's Chris, and I want to do a video about lost cartoons, meaning cartoons that nobody talks about anymore. Like, they were good shows, but you never hear people give them the accolades they give shows like Batman the Animated Series. Like, for example, I think Beware the Batman was a really good show. They took it in a direction that they don't normally take Batman in, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, I hated Batman's lips. Like, I feel like if you work in Gotham City and you're a detective or whatnot, and you see those lips on a man in a bat mask, and then you see Bruce Wayne, you're going to figure it out. No one else is born with those lips. You can't pull one over on me. I'm sorry. I know what you're doing, Bruce Wayne. You have the money, you have the resources. You're out there dressing like a bat. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. So one of my favorite cartoons I grew up with was Cowboys and Lo Mesa. Now, you can hardly find a copy of this show anywhere, but it was awesome. It was giant bulls. Like now that I think about it, like I think they were supposed to be like cows, but cowboys, which makes no sense because cows are the girls and bulls and steers are the males. But I'm pretty sure one of them was a cow for sure, and it was totally a dude, so it made no sense at all. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They were like these cowboys. They were actually like cows and bulls and steers that walked around and like wore cowboy outfits and saved their western town. And they all spoke in really like strong western accents. But my favorite part, my absolute favorite part, was that they always drank sarsaparilla, and it made me always really want sarsaparilla, but I didn't really know what it was, so I drank ginger ale instead. Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. Do you remember this show? It was on the USA Network, and it was really freaking good, despite the fact that everyone looked horrible. Like, the character designers and the animators were awful at their jobs. Like, everyone was like super like angular, but you know like how the Batman animated series had like the angular look, but it was very like crisp. This is like if that crisp look got melted in a horrible pot. Like, look at Sheba. She is awful looking, and on top of that, they weren't allowed to really show like cleavage and boobs, but Sheba was like almost all cleavage and boobs in real life. But instead they decided to just kind of give her like a blank space where her boobs should be. Which I'm like, why did you design that costume? Why did you just design it differently so you have like a brassiere or something like that? Like, I don't understand why they even went all the way there with that. But they did it all the time. Like, even, what's her name? Katana had a diamond in her chest, like in like her costume, but there was like nothing there. Like, hey, look at all this space. Nylon. It was so freaking ridiculous. But at the same time, the show was very high quality. Like, the writing and the action was freaking awesome. Like, you would get into like Mortal Kombat, and you know they couldn't do fatalities, which again I still don't really understand how you do a Mortal Kombat show, cartoon, and any kind of property without killing people. But they did it, and they did it well. Next is a show you guys may or may not remember. Avengers United They Stand. And it was an Avengers show that didn't star Captain America or Iron Man or any of the big guys. It was with Ant-Man as the leader, and they had the Vision, and they had the Scarlet Witch, and they had a lot of like depth to it, and it was a really, really good show that carried its own. Like, the thing that made me laugh the most though was that Hawkeye was basically Wolverine in this show. Wolverine, you know, was all like, I'm not your friend, I don't trust you. And Hawkeye was like, I'm not your friend, I don't trust you, and I have a bow.
If all you want to do is talk, Birdman, don't bother coming back.
Now, some people would argue that this show was a little campy at times, but I'll tell you that you haven't seen campy until you see the next cartoon on this list. I'm talking Fantastic Four. Not the world's greatest heroes, but the Fantastic Four that was on the Fox Kids Network. They were freaking awesome. They were the ultimate crossover show. Like, if you want to see Marvel heroes and Marvel villains cross over into anybody, you want to watch this show. I thought the Fantastic Four has always been built for that. Fantastic Four has been built to help other people shine, because they themselves are kind of lame. That's why I think it's kind of cool that the new movie is going to actually have the cast be different from what we originally would have expected, because I feel like it's going to get away from that whole, like, we're really cheesy white people who do white things. Like, that's what I feel like the Fantastic Four is. And this cartoon, they were totally that. But they were also bad ass. They went to toe with some of the best villains. They had the best crossovers, and they had the best conflicts in between Sue and, you know, Reed doing salsa dancing in the living room. This is like not even an action cartoon, so I'm kind of cheating on my own list, but I feel like doing it because I can do what I want. But this is not a top list where it's like, this is the best cartoon ever. It's just my personal opinion. But Waynehead, which no one talks about, but it was an incredibly original series. Okay, you had the story of like a young Wayans boy. I think it was by Damon Wayans. And the art was really weird, but he had a club foot. And that was the thing, and he was in the hood, and he was awesome, and he was funny, and he was like, hey everybody, look at me, I'm Waynehead, 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 I'm Waynehead. And it was actually a really good cartoon. So please don't write it off just because it sounds stupid. Because, you know, it was a boy in the hood with a big head and a big foot, and he hung out with his hoodlum friends, and he had a white friend. Oh yeah. It's just imagine Static Shock without any of the powers or morality lessons. Silver Surfer. It was done in Jack Kirby's original art style, and it featured more I can't even say it. It featured more exposition than any show I've ever seen in my life, and it was great. Like, there was action sometimes. For the most part, it was a surfer who was riding along thinking about stuff, being like, man, you know, I can't believe that this is happening to me. I can't believe that Galactus stole my humanity, and now I have to go around and try to like repent for all the sins that I've created when I was mindless. I had to go around and kill whole civilizations, and my entire goal was to save people. That's why I did this. And Shalabah, and the girl that I love, and all this stuff. Like, he was always just freaking like tortured constantly, and it made him an entirely deep character and a cartoon that I was ecstatic to watch, because you actually got a character that wasn't just all about punch, punch, punch. It was about a person dealing with real problems and just like surfing and being silver. And yeah, there you go. There's my list. But again, this is not a list of like, this is the best cartoon, this is the worst cartoon. They're all great cartoons in their own rights in different ways. I just want to just kind of highlight them all. But yeah, I'm going to do this again. I know I did a lot of action cartoons this time and then threw in Waynehead for some reason because I'm weird. But I think next time I'll do more comedy and throw in one random action cartoon just to be fair. So let me ask you guys, just to round out the list, what cartoon that no one talks about do you miss the most? Let's talk about it down below after you teleport. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a limited number of videos this week because I'm working on Pokemon First World Problems Part 3. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, you won't see me around next week. I'll be too busy, like, being all Pokemon'd out. So today, in fact, go watch my old videos because I need money. Or not money, but yeah, I need money. I'm broke.